Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name's Janelle and I upload new videos every Wednesday and Friday. And in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my favorite and best beauty products of 2021. I cannot believe this year has come to an end. There have been highs, many lows, and with the lows, I purchased makeup to make myself feel better. And so I feel like this year I have so much stuff that I tried out throughout the year, a good mix of high-end and drugstore that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So if you guys want to see some of the best products from this year, definitely please keep watching. Also, I will have a playlist at the end of this video and I'll link them down below as well. My favorite beauty products of like 2019 and 2020. There's a lot of products from those years that I also used throughout this year. I didn't want to keep it so redundant, so stay tuned for that and let's get in the video. Also disregard my messed up nail. All right, so first things first, I had to start off with a discovery that I had this year. And to be honest, this company reached out to me and sent these to me, but I'm not lying. Like, I tell all my friends about this, that these products like changed the game this year. And it's just like one of the best beauty products that you need to have. Like, it's seriously game changing. And that is Dossier Fragrances. If you guys don't know who Dossier Fragrances is, they make dupes of very expensive high-end fragrances. A lot of their fragrances I'll have like the duplicate of, and then I'll also have the original, but I just like to have the Dossier version, use like more frequently or on a day-to-day basis. I also like to use them as room sprays. So right here, this was one of my favorite fragrances that I discovered this year, and that is Fruity Neroli, and it is a dupe for the Giorgio Armani My Way fragrance, which I ended up buying after trying the Dossier version. They smell the exact same, but I like to have both. And this has top notes of bergamot, neroli, black currant, strawberry, middle notes of jasmine, tuberose, orange blossom, and base notes of vanilla, musk, and cedarwood. And when I tell you that these smell literally identical, it's insane. I think that the Dossier version just has like a more exaggerated version of this scent. The My Way is a little bit softer. Honestly though, I love them both the same. Checking out the Dossier version first because you can get them for like $29 to $49, and then if you really love it, then you can invest in the actual fragrance, or you can ask for it as a gift for like Christmas. I do have a discount code with Dossier. It's not an affiliate code. It's not like commission based or anything, but if you use the code JanelleL10, you'll get money off. Crap, I forgot I was eating goldfish earlier. I hope I don't have goldfish in my teeth. Oh, there it is. See that this whole time? That'd be so embarrassing. Next up, let's go into eyeshadow palette. I want to talk about the Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette. Here are the colors here. This was such a stunning palette. And I like how it came with the two cream shades here to like use as an eyeshadow base or as eyeliner. The shades in this palette were just stunning. I love the packaging, everything about it. Since it's a nice like plastic hardcover, this is great for travel. And I feel like you can create so many makeup looks in this palette, but since the tones are more neutral, you're going to be able to still utilize every single shade, and it's going to be condensed enough, but with enough variety to give you variety, but not like too many shadows to where you're having to carry on this ginormous palette when you're traveling. I heard some people don't like this palette because of fallout. For me, fallout is never an issue. I typically do my eyes before I do my foundation. Yeah, it just never bothers me as long as the shadows like blend out nice. And then the second palette I tried, actually I tried this palette in 2020, did not like it, and then I tried it again this year and I've been obsessed with it, and it's the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. Look at how beautiful this guy is right here. For a makeup artist or for somebody that just wants a palette where you have every transition color you need, this is the one for you. Not to mention you can create infinite amount of makeup looks because you have your darker colors here, you have your lighter shades here, you have your transition shades. I have one of these in my makeup kit that I always use on my clients because it just allows me to get a good base of what I want for the eye look, and then I could add any like shimmers or bolder colors in another palette after going in with this. But this always makes the makeup foolproof because it literally does all the blending for you. It's not one of those palettes that are going to be super pigmented. It's going to be more sheer buildable, but with that you get the most flawless blown out finish. And I feel like when I use this palette, I don't even have to think. I could just work those colors in and they're all just gonna go super seamless. Also, I feel like now this year I can appreciate how like small and compact it is. It's literally the size of my hand. So it's great to fit in my kit. Nothing too clunky. It's also amazing to travel with. All my crease colors are in that palette, and then all my lid colors are just like individual shimmers and stuff that I wanted to add to the look, and I was able to do. this eye look right here. Don't walk, run to get this palette. It's so bomb. Ooh, on the topic of eyes, let's just keep the Makeup by Mario going. I feel like I discovered a lot of products from his brand this year, and I have been so thoroughly impressed with so many of them. So next up, I have these Makeup by Mario eyeliners. I have them in these shades. It's super black. Do you see how like creamy that is? The perfect brown. I want to get it in like the middle tone, like chocolate brown. What I love about these eyeliners, one is that when you put them on, they're not going to smudge on you. You don't have to worry about them running. A lot of times I like to extend my inner corner, and it drives me crazy when it starts to like smear, or you get the buildup there and it's like not clean. This will keep your eyeliner super clean and precise. Once it sets, it's not going to go anywhere. And then I also love how it comes with a brush on the other end to really like smudge it out and make it move however you want it to. I think that these are a must, and I also love to keep these in my kit because since they are ones that you sharpen, it's really easy to sanitize. If you're looking for a bomb eyeliner, you need these in your life. All right, I'll go back to more eye stuff in just a second, but for now I want to move on to some face products. So for primer, this primer I actually discovered end of 2020, but I ended up really appreciating it in 2021, and it is the Nyx Marshmallow Primer. This is such an amazing primer, especially if you have more like normal to dry skin. In these drier, cooler months, this primer like comes in serious clutch. It does a really great job of smoothing out any pores or texture on the skin while still giving your skin a nice tacky hydrated base so that your makeup will adhere nice to your skin and not just like sit on top or settle in any like cracks and crevices. So it looks like this. It's like a really nice moussey consistency. A little goes a long way. And watch, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna rub it in this hand and we'll compare the two hands. This is the hand that I have it on versus like this hand that I don't. So you see how it just like smooths everything out, gets rid of any texture. That way, whatever else I put on top will just adhere so much better. So now I have concealer on both hands. Look at the difference. You see how like this concealer kind of sits on top, whereas like this one, I didn't blend it out all the way so you can still see, but see how it melts in so much better? That is why I'm so obsessed with this primer. I love to keep it in my kit too because I like that it has a pump. It's super sanitary. It is seriously just such an amazing all-around primer. I still love my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, but I talked about that last year, so I wanted to shout this one out this year. Then on the topic of primers, I'm going to talk about my favorite setting spray. I've talked about this a ton on my channel already, and it's the Maybeline Lasting Fix Setting Spray. This though, I really ended up appreciating this year because with wearing a mask all the time, I had to find out ways to make my makeup last all day on that, like getting the little mask lines and moving around. And this is like the only setting spray that I found really helped lock everything in place all day, not let my makeup move, and made it mask proof. So if you have not tried this, try it out. It's literally a dupe for the Urban Decay All-Nighter, except this is only $8. Like, you can't go wrong with it. Not to mention, all my clients, whenever I do their makeup, I always like spray this throughout the makeup session, and they always tell me how their makeup lasts the entire night, and if they fall asleep in it, it's still there in the morning, like perfectly intact, and that's all thanks to this setting spray. Watch though, this is not gonna be easy to take off. Let me grab a lotion. See what I mean? This eyeliner is super long wearing. So first off, I want to talk about a foundation that I personally discovered this year and that it ended up being a true holy grail for me this year. It's all janky and dirty and it is my Dior Face and Body Foundation. It looks like this. Super sleek matte packaging. Again, mine is all dirty and janky, which not to mention, I never thought it was a big deal if your makeup was dirty because I'm like, oh, that just means you love and use it. But then whenever I hear influencers and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that my palette is all dirty, then it makes me feel self-conscious and I'm like, am I not doing it right? Am I supposed to make sure everything is perfectly displayed for you guys? Let me know if that bothers you and I will do a better job. If it doesn't bother you, I'm just gonna save the stress and keep showing you guys dirty janky makeup. What I love about this foundation, for one, it literally will smooth out your skin. It is the perfect foundation for truly all skin types. It's not too shiny, it's not matte at all. It's like a nice satin natural skin finish, the perfect medium but buildable coverage. I find that this wears beautifully throughout the day. It wears evenly throughout the day. It doesn't settle in any dry crevices. This was perfect, especially in the summertime whenever I wanted to wear a foundation, but I didn't want it to feel like hot and like all sticky and slimy. This just melts right into your skin. I like applying it with my fingers. I like applying it with a brush. I like applying it with a beauty sponge. It's great on mature skin, textured skin. It's just like one of those must-have, really like basic foundations that will work well for all skin types, because like I said, it's not going to be like extreme in any category. You're not going to get extreme coverage. You're not going to get too minimal of coverage. You're not going to get extreme creamy like dewiness, but you're also not going to get extreme matteness. It's like that perfect balance to where it will work amazing for literally anybody. I cannot recommend it enough. And I find that it's like the best foundation that like closest mimics natural skin. Then the next foundation I wanted to talk about is this is all dirty, which I think I talked about this in 2019 because I think that's when I discovered it. And it is my Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation. This foundation is so underrated. It's a nice satin finish. It's not going to be, again, too matte or too glowy. I have like combination skin depending on the season, so I can't have like one extreme or the under. I have to have a really balanced foundation. And that's what this is. This is going to be more of a full coverage foundation, but you can use less of it and get more of a medium coverage. What I love about this foundation in particular is that this truly will wear all day long and it'll give you the most even finish. It's not going to be like too chalky. As it wears throughout the day, you'll get a really even glow throughout. So you're not going to get too shiny in one area. I find that it just wears super even. I don't get any creasing, bunching, or any moving around. This also truly like smooths out your skin and it looks like a filter on your skin, which is insane. It's a beautiful foundation. And what I love about this too is that it also looks beautiful underneath of the eyes as a concealer. It's actually what I have on today underneath of my eyes, and it just gives the perfect amount of coverage without being too like heavy or cakey or matte. I just use a lighter shade for underneath of my eyes. Do not sleep on that Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation. If you have any special occasions or anything coming up and you need your makeup to photograph well and just like wear a long time and get good coverage, this is definitely the foundation you'll want to use. Now let's move on to the concealer that I discovered this year and truly changed my life. I fell in love with it. And it is my Lancome Idole Ultra Wear. This nail is driving me crazy. It's my Lancome Idole Ultra Wear Concealer. This is chef's kiss. So beautiful. I did an all-day wear test on this and I didn't care for it as much in the all-day wear test, but then once I switched up the products I use with it, I have not put this concealer down since discovering it in that video. It is a beautiful full coverage concealer, but it's going to be more of that thin consistency, but it's not too thick of a consistency, so it doesn't look heavy or crepey underneath of the eyes. It has a really nice smooth finish too. I find that this wears super even throughout the day. It doesn't bunch up, it doesn't crease on you. It's just an all-around great concealer. Again, it's not too shiny, not too matte. It's like that perfect in between. And another good thing about this is that since the consistency is a little bit thinner, you can do an extra layer of it without it like bunching up or looking too cakey or heavy. This also looks beautiful on bare skin with no other like foundation or makeup on. So the next product that I rediscovered this year and I literally have not put down is my Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder, this beauty right here. So what I love about this powder is how fine the consistency is, but it's not too fine to where like it, I don't know, sometimes like they're too fine to where it just like doesn't set my makeup the way I want to. This is like that perfect balance. It literally smooths out your skin and it'll set your makeup without taking away like your natural satin skin glow, but it's also not too shiny. This is a powder that's great for like normal to combination skin. It's also great on mature skin because it's not going to be too matte and drying. And this was the year that I had that harsh reality of having to be a little bit more picky with my makeup, because as I'm getting older, I'm getting little crevices underneath of my eyes, getting a little bit more texture on my skin. And so I can't just use any powder or else it'll look like really makeup-y and bunchy. So this is one of those powders that now like I can't be without, because it's one of those powders that help avoid everything like creeping up and settling underneath of my eyes or on my mouth. It's just amazing. And another powder that I definitely suggest, especially if you have more oily skin, this was the powder that I like to set my entire face with over the summer, and it is the Dermablend Professional Loose Setting Powder. It's the translucent one. This is such an amazing powder. If you have oily skin, this is a powder for you. If you have combination skin or if you live in a more humid state, this is a powder for you. It literally will just lock all your makeup in place all day. Since it's translucent, it's not going to add like extra texture or too much product to your face. It's just gonna set your makeup while still letting your skin look like skin. It is very matte, so you wanna just do a little bit of it, and my favorite way to apply it since it was so matte was with a damp beauty sponge. I would just take the butt of it. I would set my face first, then once my face was like 80% dry, then I would dip in with my damp beauty sponge and pat it around my face. Since it is so matte, that was my favorite way to apply this powder, and this would make my makeup mask proof. It would like lock it in place all day. It never got like heavy or bunchy because again, it was such a fine consistency. I don't recommend baking with this powder. I have seen some people bake with it. Just on me personally, I don't prefer the way it looks. I prefer something that has like a little bit more of like a yellow or peachy color to it, so it doesn't look so like white underneath of the eyes. That's just my suggestion. You do whatever you please. Then when it comes to pressed powders, this was such an amazing discovery for me, and it is the No. 7 Medium Perfect Light Setting Powder. Beautiful for literally all skin types. You can be oily, you can be dry, you can be normal, combination. It's a nice like sheer consistency, but it has like a little color to it. Nothing crazy. I find that this powder truly just like smooths out your skin. It sets your makeup without being like too heavy and taking away any like natural glow that you might have throughout it. It's gonna set your skin while still letting your skin look like skin. And I find that this keeps your makeup on all day as well. It's great for touching up with too. It is just, it's beautiful. Honestly, I kind of want to apply some to my skin right now. Here, like I'm gonna apply some to this side so you guys can see, to like pat it. And you see how it like just instantly smooths out the skin, but then like it didn't take away too much of my natural highlight. It's still there, but it's not overpowering, but it's not gonna make your face look like too powdery or too just like caked on. And then another No. 7 powder that I absolutely love, but I prefer to use this one as bronzer. It's the No. 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Finishing Powder. I have them in the shades medium, and then I also have one in the shade light to use like to brighten up my under eyes. The shade medium though is like the perfect transition color for me, like for my eyes. It also is the most beautiful bronzer, and since this is going to be more of like a creamy consistency, it's going to bronze my skin, but it does not look patchy at all. It literally like smooths it out. It's such a pretty like buildable color. They also have it in dark, which I want to get to use as bronzer. This powder is beautiful, and this is supposed to be a dupe for like the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish airbrush powders, I believe is what they're called. And these are only $13, so you cannot go wrong with it. So we kind of segued in a little bit into bronzer, so now we're just gonna go full-fledged into bronzer. This bronzer I discovered this year, and oh my gosh, it changed my life. I love it so much. And it is my Hourglass Luminous Bronzer in Bronze Light. It looks like this. Has like a little bit of like a pinky champagne tone mixed throughout. Honestly, the most gorgeous bronzer I've ever used in my life. I discovered this when my skin was super dry, like in January, February of this year. And this would just help give my skin an all over glow without having to go in with like a chunky highlight. It bronzed my skin, gave me that like lit from within glow. And then I also really love to use this as eyeshadow. It's just like the perfect color to just throw all over your lid, because depending on where it catches the light, you will see a little bit of that sheen, but it's not glittery or shimmery. It's like the most fine, soft sheen. Your skin and your eyes will just look so healthy. This is how it looks. It kind of like melts right into the skin. And then you see how it just like, you get this really lit from within glow, but it's not like chunky or glittery. It's beautiful. If you have oily skin, what I love to do in the summer was I would go in with a matte bronzer all over first, and then I would just really lightly tap into this bronzer with like a big fluffy brush, and I would just hit this on like the high points of my forehead. I would tap a little bit on my cheek, and then just to give that glow a little bit throughout. And then with that, it would give me a glow, and then I wouldn't even have to go in with a separate highlight. It helped me to really control the glow and give me like a very subtle lit from within finish. Then another bronzer that I discovered this year that would be perfect if you are more on the oily side and you like more of a matte finish bronzer is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzer in the shade medium. I also have it in the shade dark, and then I want to pick up the shade light because I feel like I need something a little bit lighter right now. However, what I love about this bronzer is that even though I am more fair right now, I can still make this bronzer work because it's a very like buildable coverage. As long as I take it with a fluffy brush, it's not gonna like go on too chalky or intense. I like that it is a completely matte bronzer and it just goes on so smooth. It is just like the perfect bronzer. I have a couple of these in my makeup kit as well for when I do freelance, and I just love how like sleek and compact the packaging is. It makes it really easy to kind of like stack his products together. I also discovered his highlight this year and I really enjoyed it, but I cracked it and I left it in Florida. That one was another really good product that I tried this year. Blush came into my life the end of 2020 and I've sworn by it this entire year. I love it so much. It's such a beautiful blush and it is the Nars Liquid Blush. Nars really needs to chill out with like the names of their products. Just name your makeup regular name. But it's so good, needless to say. With this blush, I love it because that's literally all you need for your entire face. This applies beautifully on bare skin with no other makeup. It was like my favorite blush to use if I'm just running out the door. The most beautiful glow. But you could also work this into a brush and apply it on top of already powdered set skin, which I'm going to show you guys right now. So like it will just like help, it'll take your powdered skin and it'll help like melt the powder into your skin in this area and give you the most natural, beautiful glow to the point where you won't have to go in with like a separate cheek highlight. It just gives you that really creamy, velvet, fresh skin finish. All right, please disregard how long I was talking with that stupid mark on the bottom of my mouth. So if you don't feel like spending a ton of money on the Nars Liquid Blush, the e.l.f. Putty Blush is also amazing. And I have it in the shade Bora. It is the most stunning bubblegum pinky tone. I love shades like this for blush. I don't know why. Such a pretty glow. It's also one of those blushes that you can work into a brush and apply it on top of powdered skin too, and it's going to give you a really nice glow without being too shiny. It's not going to break up the foundation or anything. This also looks beautiful on bare skin or on top of a full face of makeup. It's just an all-around amazing blush, and the fact that it's only $6 is just like, how does e.l.f. do it? Like, oh my gosh, I have so many blushes. I was like on a blush craze. This next blush I discovered when everybody said that Kylie Jenner used the Dior 001 blush and was sold out everywhere. And then Kylie Jenner came out and said, no, I don't use that blush. I use this blush. But then both of those blushes ended up looking really similar to this blush. That was a really long story. Anyways, okay, now I'm being self-conscious and I'm trying to clean all my product before showing it. No, I just broke it. If you know me, I hate broken packaging. It makes me never want to use a product again. So anyways, it's the Sephora blush in the shade Over the Moon. This is the most beautiful purpley pinky blush. If you're ever scared to use a blush like this, just try it with like a very fluffy brush, like something like this. Lightly swirl into it and just lightly tap it on like the apples of your cheeks. Once you see it on, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is stunning. In the packaging, it looks intimidating, it looks different, you may not gravitate toward it, but I promise you, once you put it on, it just gives you the most beautiful like pinch cheek finish. And you'll thank me later. No, that is my favorite blush that I used this year. And then another blush that I discovered and I really love, and I just think it's so worth it because you get 2 in 1, is my Patrick Ta blush palette and She's That Girl. So you get the cream blush up top, which is just like such a beautiful peachy pink, and it just melts into the skin beautifully. Again, this blush also applies great on top of powdered skin and underneath of the powder. And then it has a really pretty, a little bit more like peachy pink blush on the bottom. It's not too peachy, you still get that like baby doll, but this just looks beautiful. I feel like these shades would work well on so many different skin types and skin colors. And if you're wanting to invest in a good cream and powder blush, I feel like this is the best way to go because you get 2 in 1. I also find that both of those blushes wear a very long time. Ooh, next up I want to talk about this discovery that I made this year, and it is my Vita Liberata Body Blur. This was amazing, especially in the summertime. It just really helps like smooth out any like varicose veins, kind of like disguise any cellulite that you might have. It makes your legs look super even, but it's also beautiful to use like on your chest area here if you want a tan, but you don't feel like doing full body tanner. I'm gonna show you guys how it looks right now. I also love how this doesn't like transfer, so I can wear this. It's not, if I hug somebody, it's not gonna come off. Like if my arms are the only things that are gonna be out, or like my chest and neck, I can just apply it to that area, use like a warmer foundation, and then it'll look like I have a tan without having to commit to doing like a full tan all over when like nothing's gonna be exposed because it's freezing. Sometimes I apply it with a mitt, sometimes I apply it with a brush. So just like put some on right there, rub it in. Right now my foundation looks too light for my face, but you guys saw the before and after. You guys see the difference? Like, it's insane. There's a really pretty subtle glow. When the light catches it, you'll see a little bit of like a golden shimmer throughout, which I love. And I feel like this is like the perfect way to give a little bit of glow to your skin in the winter time without, like I said, having to commit to a full-on self-tanner. Pretty. I could also do another layer of this if I wanted it more intense, but I don't want my face makeup to look like crazy compared to my body for the rest of the video. Let's do my mascaras that I discovered this year. All right, so first and foremost, my Holy Grail mascara discovery. It's my Lancome Idole mascara. This is one of the best mascaras I've ever used in my whole life. It's one of those like more plasticky ones, so you'll get length, volume, and a ton of separation. I love this mascara too because you can cry with it, your eyes can water, and it's not gonna run on you. It'll stay put all day, but it's not waterproof, so it'll still be relatively easy to remove when you go to clean your makeup, but it's not gonna smudge or transfer anything on you. But if I really wanna make my lashes look like false lashes, I'll apply it with the Lancome Monzor Big Mascara, and these two together will just seriously give you the most perfect fluttery full lashes. It'll literally look like you're wearing demi wispy lashes by like Ardell or something. Another thing I love about these is that these will hold the curl of your lashes. It's not one of those mascaras where you do a bunch of layers, they look great like initially, but then they kind of like fall down from being weighed down. These actually will hold your lashes uplifted, fanned out. And then with those mascaras, I love to use my MAC False Lash Maximizer primer. I also discovered this year. I've tried other lash primers in the past and they are great and really good, but this one I feel like I can't even describe it. It just has like that extra little touch to it that I'm like, I can see the difference. What this does is it protects your lash from the mascaras. So you put this on first. It will also condition your lashes, so in turn it'll help your lashes grow fuller and longer. What I love most about this is that it will add volume to any mascara that you're using. I also find that this helps the mascaras glide on better, and I can see every lash and I can get the most out of my lashes. And this also will hold the curl of your lashes. It'll help lift them without necessarily having to go in with a lash curler. If you haven't tried a lash primer, try a lash primer. Like even the L'Oreal one's good, but if you haven't tried a lash primer and you want to try a really good lash primer, definitely try this MAC False Lash Maximizer. All right, let's move on to some lip products. These beauties right here, they're my, and this isn't even all the ones that I own, my Revlon Colorstay Overtime Lip Color. You get the lip color on one side, and then you get this super shiny gloss slash sealant on the other side. If you want a mask-proof lip color, look no further. These are the ones for you. They have a whole wide variety of colors to choose from. So this is one of my favorite nude shades. It's in the shade Bare Maximum. So you put the lip color on first and then you put the sealant. What I love about the sealant is that it's so glossy, and it's amazing because your lips will keep that gloss finish even after wearing a mask. I get so annoyed when I'm like drinking anything out of a glass and you can see my lip rim all around the glass. This helps prevent that. I will say though, if you do end up trying these, they're one of those products where you have to just do a thin layer across your lip and then do the sealant. If you layer too much, they will bead off. If you reapply it, you have to wipe off the whole lip color. But the good thing is that you won't have to reapply it often because it is such a long wearing lip color. Here is my Kokie Lip Veneer lip product. Again, I have so many of these, but I just pulled out 3 because I wouldn't be able to hold them all. Oh gosh, see, I couldn't even hold 3. Literally are just like the Patrick Ta Silky Lip Creams, except for I think I prefer these better because you get a little bit more of a glossy finish and it literally does not move. Like my hair will get stuck in my lip and wipe across my face and it won't pull that gloss across. I don't know how they do it. Like Kokie just makes products that literally look and feel high-end for such an affordable price. I want to say these are like $7. You can see it has like the most beautiful shine to it, but it's not going to move. It stays put all day. These colors are just so stunning. They're just all so beautiful. So if you're looking for a good long wearing glossy lip that's going to stay put and not smear or slide anywhere, look no further. Those Kokie ones are amazing. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them at Sally's or Rite Aid. My love for Maybelline lifter glosses definitely transferred into this year. I got more and more colors this year. I think I almost have the entire collection. Again, I just pulled out 4 because a bunch of them are like in my purse. Whenever I'm on the go and I don't know what I want to take with me, I just take one of these and I'm never disappointed. Packaging on these are great. They are so glossy. They wear a long time. They're comfortable on the lip. It's just an all around, like these perform just like high-end lip glosses. So if you have not tried them yet, this is your sign. Get them. You will not regret it. They are literally one of the best lip glosses ever. Dang, I have a lot of lip glosses. So another lip gloss discovery that I fell in love with this year, Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Diamond Milk. So not gonna lie, a lot of the other Fenty Gloss Bombs, I found dupes in the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. This is the most beautiful gloss that will give your lips the most high shine, just like icy, glassy finish. I have it on my lips, but I could use a little bit more touch up. Makes it look like your lips are just made out of glass. That's how shiny and pretty it leaves your lips. It's so pretty. You could add this lip gloss literally on top of any lip combo, and it's just going to take it to the next level. I like this. It is thick, but it's not too sticky. It's still very comfortable to wear on the lip. Like if there's any Fenty Gloss Bomb that you were interested in trying, I would recommend trying this one because you could literally use it on top of any lip color, and it's just going to amp up that lip color, give you this high shine, beautiful gloss finish. And you could also use it by itself with just a lip pencil, and that would look really pretty. If you're the type of person that loves plumping lip glosses, I have no idea why not enough people have talked or raved about these, because these glosses will literally make it look like you got lip filler. I'm not even joking. And they are the MAC Power Glass lip glosses. Again, I have a ton more colors. This is just what I could find right in front of me. Now, I will say they leave an extreme tingly sensation to your lips. So if you're the type of person that doesn't like that, I wouldn't get it. But if you don't mind that and you want your lips to look super like plump and juicy, look no further. I love these because they're that perfect like sheer but with a little bit of color consistency. So you can use it by itself with a lip pencil or on top of a lipstick, and it'll just give that extra wash of color. I also love these because they're very thin consistency. They're not gonna be too thick or sticky on the lips. I'm gonna insert a picture here of me wearing one of these glosses, and it literally looked like I injected my lips with lip filler. Like it just like juiced up my lips, and I could not believe it. Like I literally could not believe it. I hadn't face tuned. I didn't do anything to change the way my face looked, but my lips look like bigger than what they normally are. So if you want the look of lip filler but you don't want to spend the money on it, just get yourself some MAC Hourglass lip glosses. And then lastly, I've talked about my favorite lip pencils all the time on this channel. I love MAC lip pencils, I love NYX lip pencils, but this lip pencil line that I tried this year, I was blown away by and I've been obsessed with. And it is my Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liners. So I have them in the shades Totally Toffee and Magnetic Mauve. Totally Toffee is beautiful. It reminds me so much of MAC Cork. I will insert a picture on the screen here because I don't have it right in front of me. But I just wanted to more so show you guys like the formula and how just like smooth these glide on. They don't transfer, they stay put all day. It makes it super quick and easy to line your lips. Since it glides on so easy, you can color in your whole lip with this kind of lip pencil, and it will make it super easy to use as a lipstick. And then you could add Fenty Gloss Bomb in the center, you're good to go. Last but not least, I wanted to talk about some face products. This one I'm gonna quickly go through because I've talked about it so much on my channel, but if you're new here, I need to put you on. My favorite skincare discovery this year, Spa Treatment Air R by Cha Lotion. It's called a lotion, but I would like to think of this more as like a toner. I use this every day after I cleanse my skin. And when I tell you that this really helped just like even up my skin, get rid of any like bumps, discoloration on my skin. It helped balance out my skin. Like, it's an understatement. It really did transform my skin. I was going through a season where my skin, like nothing was looking good on it. None of my makeup was looking good on it. It was like very dry, cracked. It needed some extra help along with the other skincare I was using. And this is what did. Liquid consistency, but when you put it on, it feels like a lotion. Like it feels hydrating, so that whatever other creams, serums, moisturizers you put on top, it'll just help it soak into your skin so much better. I cannot recommend this product enough. It's a Japanese beauty brand. Clearly, they know what they're doing. I almost forgot about one of my favorite products of all time that I used this year, and it is my Maybelline Fit Me Foundation Stick in the shade 355 Cocoa. I'm literally completely out of it. This applies beautifully to the skin. It's such a creamy product, so it makes it foolproof to work with because you can blend it out and it's just gonna melt in. It's not gonna look blotchy. You're not gonna get like skipping with it at all. It works great for all skin types. I've swatched other very expensive high-end contour sticks and they all blend out almost identical to this one. I just can't recommend this enough. It's only like $5 to $7 depending on where you purchase it from. If you want your contour to just melt and blend out seamlessly, not look patchy and just melt into the skin, look no further. Definitely recommend this one. And then my favorite brush to apply this contour with is my Makeup by Mario F1 face brush. I have a million brushes, so for me to just like talk and rave about a brush says a lot, but this brush applies and blends out contour and blush and all that seamlessly because it's nice and rounded at the top. It's like the perfect amount of density with movement. It is like the most versatile, beautiful face brush. And I also like that it has this little angled side that makes it really easy to blend out the nose contour. You can use it for eyeshadow. You can use it to kind of contour your eye. This is hands down one of my favorite brushes that I've discovered this year. And all right guys, that wraps it up for my best of beauty. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and found some products that maybe you like. Please let me know in the comments down below some products that you have loved and discovered this year. Also, let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing some of my favorite hair products that I've used and discovered this year. This video is probably already insanely long, so I didn't want to incorporate all of that in here too, but if that's something you're interested in, please let me know. I love you guys. I pray that you guys have the most amazing start to your new year, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!